Welcome to the Capital Spreads Weekly Update. Today is Thursday the 15th of December 2011 and we're approaching the end of 2011. Has been an incredibly volatile year. This week has been no different. Lots of volatility following the EU summit at the end of last week, which once again has really disappointed the market. So we're down on the week, lack of resolution there. Obviously the UK using their opt-out, their veto, and so really the turmoil seems to be continuing as financial markets don't see any end to the troubles in Europe in sight at all. So this could carry on into the new year, and we're still very much down on the month. December, of course, being usually a very positive month for equity markets, but not this time round so far. So at the moment the FTSE's around 5420, Dow just below 12,000 at 11,935. The euro is the one that's really suffered badly. It dipped below 1.3 at a stage yesterday and earlier in this week, but it's just back above there at 130.20. For cable, also seeing weakness as dollar has been the safe haven for investors of recent days, so cable's at 155.20. And gold, which obviously in the past has been seen as a safe haven, is very much proving to be a speculative risk asset. It has seen huge sell-off in recent days. It's at 1590, and the same for Brent. Not such a big sell-off as we've seen in gold, but Brent has suffered as well. It's at 105.50. So really these markets are struggling around the 200-day moving averages. We've seen that the Dow has tried on a couple of occasions to get above there and it's dipped back below. The FTSE's failed around that level on a couple of occasions. So still technically indices look still relatively bearish, but just today we're seeing a little bit of strength as we've had some relatively good numbers on the PMI side from Europe. We've also had some good initial jobless claims from the US, so a little bit of support for the indices, a bit of buying creeping back in. How are clients trading at the moment? Well, they were very much buying into the weakness in the days preceding this bounce, and they have seen a nice little return by the market. So they were very much long the FTSE and have just been taking a bit of profit on today's brief rally. For gold, clients still remain very much long of the precious metal, but they have had quite a hammering. Needless to say, there's been a lot of clients stopped out on this recent sell-off of gold. And then on the currencies, really things looking pretty flat on the whole, so nothing to report really on the currency front. For the rest of the week it's very quiet as really we start to wind down. Nearly just 1 week left until Christmas, and so investors will probably certainly next week be very much looking forward to that, and there's still every chance that possibly we may see a December rally, but it doesn't seem to be the case so far. What's the theme of this week? Well, it has to be the move lower in gold, and I've got a couple of charts here. If you bring, if we look at this first one, over the sort of nearer term, gold hasn't quite, gold has in fact reached and broken below two key levels. There's the upward trend line and there's the 200-day moving average. This is where it bounced off following that sharp correction a few weeks ago, and that was key support. It's now below there, so that's a pretty weak technical sign for gold. But over the longer term, if we draw that trend line back from the long-term rally that we've seen in gold from earlier, we've still got two key levels of support. First is around 1560, where that trend line comes in, but also the actual low of the recent correction, 1530, where there was that sharp fall in 1 day and a recovery in quick succession. So those are key levels that the bulls will be watching. If we do break below 1560, 1530, then there will be questions asked about this long-term rally as to whether it is finally over for good. That's it this week. As ever, do give us feedback, media@capitalspreads.com.